Okay, there are two types of quantitative data. We call just a quantitative variable, and we have discrete data and we have continuous data. Discrete take exact values, as we say, can be precisely measured. We have an instrument to precisely measure discrete data, which can be counted exactly. On the other hand, we have continuous data. Continuous data, it works on the scale we'll be talking measurements is the next one of intervals such as weight, height, and temperature. When we say weight and height and our age, we can't measure our age actually. We are 25 years old, 26 years old. The time evolved, and we were not sure what's our age after 30 seconds, 45 seconds. So in that case, weight, age, height, we consider as continuous data. Okay, now the most fundamental things we're going to talk the final section of this class for today is the four types of measurement scales. There are four types of measurement scale. The first scale we call it nominal scale. The second one we call it ordinal scale. The third one is interval scale, and finally the fourth one we call ratio scale. Nominal comes from the word giving meaning to numbers. Nominal means name. Example of nominal data, like we classify our gender, male, female. We put 1 for male, 2 for female. We are giving numbers to represent something that can be quantified but cannot be operationalized with mathematics. Another example for nominal, what do you call that? Classifying of those from rural and urban. We put 1 rural, 2 urban. We cannot say rural 1, we attach 1 is better than urban and so forth. Nominal. The second scale we call ordinal comes from the word order. Order the variables here, they mean they are ordered in some dimension. Example, grades. We obtain grades A, B, C, D. We will attach 1 with A, 2 with B, 3 with C, and 4 with D. So now that 1, 2, 3, 4 carries the meaning of it being ordered. We can say 1 is higher than 2, we can say 2 is higher than 3, and 3 is higher than 4, but we can't say 1 is how many times more higher than 2, 3, and 4. So order, also another scale, another type of variable includes qualification. When we have qualification, 1 will attach with PhD, 2 with masters, 3 with degree, 4 with diploma, and so forth. Here again, the attachment of the numbers is being ordered. Another example of ordinal scale example will be Miss Universe. We have Miss Universe, then what we call Miss Universe? We call first runners-up, second runners-up, third runners-up, and fourth runners-up. Up to now, I have no idea why they are fourth runners-up. Why can't we just go gold, silver, and bronze? Another way, because ladies are very sensitive. That's besides the point. So that's ordinal. The third scale is interval scale. Here, the equality of interval between the scales. Example of interval scale, and the final one is ratio scale. The division of interval and ratio is the absolute value of 0. When the 0 makes sense, we call it interval. If it does not make sense, we call it ratio. For example, temperature. Again, the absolute value of 0. When the 0 makes sense, it becomes an interval scale. If the 0 does not make sense, it becomes a ratio scale. Example, the meaningful ratio scale of 0 if it's a ratio, and interval the 0 does not make sense. Temperature. Can we have temperature 0? Yes. Does it make sense? Yes. So it's interval scale. Number of children. Can we have 0? Yes. So number of children is a scale for interval scale. Now, for ratio, age. How old are you? Age will become a ratio scale. We have 0. We cannot say a person is 0 of age. If the 0 does not make sense, becomes ratio. Example, your weight. What's your weight? 0. 0 does not make sense, so becomes ratio. So the difference between interval and ratio is based on the absolute value of 0. So this is our lessons for today. I hope as a summary in this topic, we briefly discuss on the fundamentals of introduction to data analysis. We talk about briefly discuss concept of statistics, concepts of population and sampling, concepts of variables, construct data, and finally 4 types of measurement scale. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and have a nice day ahead. Bye-bye.